Neil, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Antonio Vega. I am from Puerto Rico. I have been able to saw the movie this last Monday. Um, I saw Sound of Freedom with my parents and sister, and we were deeply moved by this story. Um, Also, we thanks to the pay for award system that Angel Studio established, we were able to go to the theater. So thank you so much for that. Um, I have to start with this question: how how this story reached the office of Angel Studios, and at what point was it decided that it was time to produce it?
So this film started 8 years ago, and it was finished almost 5 years ago. And then it was the distribution rights were owned by Fox. Fox was acquired by Disney, and Disney said we can't release this film. Eduardo Verástegui, the producer of Sound of Freedom, he got the rights back from Disney, and then COVID hit. There was another series of problems, and 3 years later, we found out that the rights were becoming available. I think it was in March, early March of this year. And Angel Studios, the way that we decide that we're going to release something is through the Angel Guild. The Angel Guild is a group of over 100,000 people who have invested in previous projects. And these people, they watch the show, or a sample of them watch the show, and then they answer questions about whether it's really well made and whether it amplifies light, if it's honest, true, just, authentic, and excellent. All these principles that we aspire to at Angel Studios. So our Angel Guild, they reviewed this back in March, and they gave it one of the highest scores we've ever received. And we knew that we needed to take Sound of Freedom to market as quickly as we could. And that's what we did. Through some inspiration, we felt like that God wanted this to be released on July 4th to send a loud, clear message to the entire world that God's children are not for sale. And that's how we came to be the distributor of Sound of Freedom.
Awesome. Number one movie on the 4th of July, a significant day on US, surpassing the earnings at the box office of Indiana Jones. How did this make you feel at Angel Studios?
Well, Sound of Freedom isn't about Disney. It isn't about Angel Studios. It's about these children. And there's two children in this film that are the heroes, and they represent millions of children. And the louder and the wider the splash we can make, the more we raise awareness about these children and their plight, and the more inspiration we can have as to what we can do as a society to end child trafficking. So I'm thrilled with the win, but this win is about a win of the people and of these children. It's not about the industry inside baseball.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, in the special message, Jim highlights that there was a severe obstacles to bringing this film to theaters. You mentioned a couple of them, but there was something more about all of this.
Boy, there are so many stories along the path. Even after we signed for the distribution rights, we had many people, investors and others, who reached out to us and said, "What are you doing? Like, this is a really controversial topic. You could destroy Angel's reputation by taking this on." And so we got opposition ourselves. It's not nearly as significant as the opposition that the film and the producers, Eduardo Verástegui and Alejandro Monteverde and Jaime Hernandez and Tim Ballard and Jim Caviezel and everything that they did. They've been through a long journey, and we've come in. Now we've been through a parallel journey ourselves, but it's really remarkable what this film has gone through. But the timing feels right now. Society feels ready to swallow and to become aware of this topic and not to put their head in the sand anymore. And so I think the hand of God is in how this movie is going over the earth and how it's coming to market right now.
Amen. If I record correctly, in Latin America, I understand that the distribution of Sound of Freedom is handled by Cancion Films, just like his only son, which will be released in theaters in August. Is there any tentative date for the release of Sound of Freedom over there?
I can't confirm that Cancion Films is the distributor. I do know that we are releasing on August 31st in Mexico, and Brazil is on a similar time frame, and then the rest of Latin America. I don't know the dates for the rest of Latin America, but I suspect it's going to be around the late August, September timeframe.
Awesome.
Y estoy muy animado para lanzarlo en Latinoamérica.
Excelente. A final message for all these people who have not seen yet the Sound of Freedom in both Puerto Rico and United States, and also how those who have seen it can help more people to go to the theaters, just like I did.
Yes. The first thing is that this is a great film. It is a edge of your seat heroic thriller, and you'll leave inspired and hopeful that you can make a difference, that small decisions have huge impact on this world. So go. It's not, my wife didn't go clear until the premiere. She didn't want to watch it when we were screening it early on because she was scared of the movie. And after she watched it, she said, I didn't need to be so scared of this movie. And so that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I'd say is that if you have the means, you can pay it forward at angel.com/freedom for others to be able to watch this show. When I grew up, when I was young, I got to go to the theater just a couple of times, and I only could go to the dollar theater. And going to the theater was such an amazing experience for me that I just left an indelible impression on my mind. And that's an experience that those of us who have means can give to those who have less. And so you can pay it forward at angel.com/freedom. Now it's just as hard to share the already available free tickets with those, to share them. Like, go there, even if you can't pay it forward, go there and share. There's links that you can click on. You can share it with your friends. You can share it with people. Tell them about it. Make sure that they come this weekend, that they're aware that this is an option for them. I think we had, yesterday I heard 40,000 people receive a free ticket that they could go to see Sound of Freedom. And that's because people like you are sharing this opportunity and encouraging people to go. So I'd encourage you first just to go to enjoy the film, and secondly, go to spread the cause. And thank you so much for supporting Sound of Freedom.
So thanks
for helping us get the word out, Anthony.
Yes.